Alright, 80s Anthem, Don't You Forget About Me by Simple Minds. Really cool techniques in this song. Intro riff has incorporating some slide, and we got some delay and echo effects going on here. I'll leave all those links for you, all my gear and all that in the description box. And these synth sections, we'll actually get into those too, because they're a little more chord based about what's going on in the song. So if you want to learn those parts and the guitar parts, I got you all set here. So we'll jump right into this main opening riff, iconic guitar part of the song. It's going to start off where we're doing a part of a D chord. So we're just kind of hitting the sevens here on the D and the G. And like I said, you want to get some delay and some reverb dialed in on this. We just hit it once. Right. Then we come up to the nines on the D and G, and we hit that. And while that's ringing out, if you have some tremolo arm here, just kind of give it some action there, a few dips on that. All right, then we go back to the sevens, hit that. Then we come all the way up to the 12. We hit 12 on the DGB. We hit it, and then we just slowly slide it out. Okay. All right. Then we go to the fives, and then bring it back to the sevens. Okay. So now you just try it all together here. All right, and for the verse and the chorus and the bridge, there's basically sections where there's what the guitar is actually playing, and they're cool little parts, and then there's also like the synth, which is doing more of like the chord of the song. So I'll show you both, so in case you actually want to play the real guitar part, or if you want to just strum the chords for it. So just digging into this verse riff here, it's real kind of funky. It's super muted. Okay, so we just want to really be heavy with our hand on the bridge here. Get some real plunky notes going on there. It almost feels like some type of like Edge riff from U2 or something. But basically it's just bouncing between some B notes here, the open B. All right, and 2 on the G. Okay. Okay, that kind of sound. Okay, and it's something like this where we're just kind of doing a couple open Bs, a 2 on the G, back to open B, and then do a quick 2G, open B, back to 2G. All right, and that's all just happening like pretty quick here, and just and repeatedly. Just trying to bounce back between them and that kind of feel, and then just pick up the pace on it. Okay, and this is all, just real muted and faint, but it's there. So we do that about 3 measures worth, and then we do a little bit of a scale here where we just do the open Bs, a 2 on the B, 3, back to 2 to open. Just a little new thing to throw at the end of, the 4th measure there of this. All right, and as I said, the synth is doing more just the chords, so we can just follow that. And this is for also if you just want to, if you're playing like an acoustic version or something, or you just want to straight up just do the chords for it. It'd be more like this. Okay, so it's going to be an E to a D A, and then back to D. Okay, pretty simple, and just repeat that. Alright, and once the chorus comes in, it kind of flips to where the guitar is kind of doing more just the chords, and the synth will do some kind of accent type little riffy stuff. So the strumming is really just the key thing on this for the guitar. So basically once it kicks in, we just kind of hit a big open E chord. Okay. And then once we get to this D, we're going to want to play a suspended 2, so just make the D but keep the middle finger off so that the E string is open. And the way we strum this, we want to strum it once, and then 2, and then 2. So it'd be something like... Okay, something like that. And then we go to an A chord, strum it the same way, and then back to that D suspended 2, do it the same way. Okay, and what the synthesizer is doing here, it's just kind of resting, and then it comes in with these little chord accents that really help make the chorus, I think. And so it'll just be resting here for the initial couple beats of the E chord, but then it comes in with this little riff here where we're at 5 on the B and 4 on the E, and we just hit it twice, and then 2 times more, kind of separated. And then we get to that D chord, next measure, and for that the synth just does 5 and 5 on the B and E, and we just do it 3 times right next to each other here. Okay. Alright, and then the A chord will come in. We miss the first couple beats, and then we go to 9 on the E and 10 on the B. Okay, and same thing with the next measure and the D chord. Miss the first couple beats there, and then do a 10 on the E and 12 on the B. Okay, so you could call that the first half for the synth. Alright, in the second half of it, it's all the same except for that very last chord. So we would just start it exactly the same way. Okay, but at this point, instead of the 10E and 12B, we just do 2 12s on the B and E. Okay. Alright, the bridge section, the guitar. It's kind of just picking through some bass notes here and a couple little accent notes going along with it. So the chords here I put in parentheses for you too if you want to just straight up play the chords. So it'll kick off with a C chord, but here we're just going to hit that C bass note. And towards the end of the second measure of that, we do a little scale down where we do 3 2 on the A. And then into the next measure where we hit the 3 on the E for the G chord. Okay. Go through a measure and a half of that, and the end of the second measure of that G, we do a scaling up where we do that 3 bass note on the E, open A, 3 on the A, okay. And then we hit the D bass note for the next chord here, D. Okay. And then 2 measures of that, end of that second measure, a couple pickup notes. We do open D, 4 on the A, and then open for the next A chord there. Alright, so just to put that all together. Okay, and it repeats one more time and it adds a couple little things here. Okay, so it'll start the same way. Go to that G with that scale. Alright, but here it kind of adds a couple notes where we just hit an open D and an open G. Changes up a little bit where we do a open D, 2 on the G, back to open D. Okay, and then we finish it by doing this hammer-on, where we do 2 on the B, 3, back to 2, and then 2 on the G. Okay, so you put that second section all together. Very nice. And the synth for the bridge, pretty basic. It's basically just resting for the C and the G chord at the beginning. But once we get a few measures in and we get to that D chord, it just kind of hits part of the D there where we're 3 on the B, 2 on the G. And it's kind of, you wait a couple beats, then you hit it, and you do that for 2 measures. And then once we get to that A, it does misses a couple beats, and we do 2 on the B, open E. But then it quickly, once it gets to the next measure of the A, just hits 5s on the B and E. Okay, so just kind of hitting those delayed accents like it does in the chorus. Thanks for checking out the video, everybody. Like it, share it, leave a comment. It's always good to hear from you. Do me a favor and hit the subscription button. I put out a video pretty frequent, so you don't want to miss out on that. Check out the links in the description box below. I have really cool links for tablature books, all the gear I use, t-shirts, fun stuff like that. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.